cut off because it didn't give me no signals or anything that it was like this much percent. Otherwise, I would have done something sooner. So I told everybody that was watching on WFSO on Twitch switch to WFSO 2, and they can just watch everything on WFSO 2. Oh yeah, kind of weird. Anyways, we're gonna get back to what we were talking about, and like I said, this is part two, and I think they might not even show part one because, like I said, I tried with this phone, and it just suddenly, just kicked me out. So, and just like I can't even touch this phone. Long press the power key for at least 11 seconds to reboot. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It didn't even reboot. I can't even touch this phone at all. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. And plus, oh, sorry. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Let's see. I'm gonna try to hurry this up as quick as I can. Clippers, like I said, James Harden and Nicholas Batum, player option, Patty Mills and Ben Simmons and Amir Coffey, they're free agents, and Trenton Flowers is restricted. I think James Harden may end up taking this player option, and I think Nicholas Batum will as well. It's just what they're gonna do with the rest of them. Who knows? Because I know they're gonna want to end up getting better. Torrey Finney-Smith, Lakers player option. Jordan Goodwin, team option. Jackson Hayes, a free agent. Alex Len, which they did not really use. I don't know why they got him if they wasn't going to use him that much. Marquise Morris and Christian Pinocchio, restricted. And of course, LeBron James, player option, which he probably will accept. Um, let's see. Memphis, Luke Kennard, Lamar Stevens, and Martin Bailey the third. Them probably be the only important ones. The other three that's like restricted, they might either just let them go or just whatever. Let's see, 2025. Okay, Alec Burke, of course, free agent. Josh Christopher, and really the rest of their players is like team Davion Mitchell restricted. Duncan Robinson has an early termination option, so if he wanted like to say forget it, he can just like go on and probably move on from another team. He probably can do that. Okay. Well, we already know about Milwaukee situation. We already talked about that. So, like I said, Kevin Porter Jr., Bobby Portis, and Cat Content, the only three that got player options. The rest of them, like Brook Lopez, like I said, he can kick rocks. Torian Prince, he can kick rocks. Ryan Rollins, maybe they could like a friendly team deal just to prove himself more because I don't. It's either like he just didn't play enough, or like I said, with Doc Rivers and like messing with his numbers, that's a possibility why he wasn't doing so good like late in the season. But maybe give him like on a friendly deal, so he can like prove himself. Jericho Sims, like I said, they got bird rights to him. They can actually, sign him to what amount of contract they want. Gary Trent Jr., yeah, they need to pay him. Stanley Umi, yeah, because he was a two-way player, so they might even just let him go and just sign like another two-way player. Okay, of course with Pete Nance, did sign a two-way, so he's gonna be with them next season. Jamie Borea probably would be restricted because he joined the team like late this season. And like I said, Damian Lillard got a player option. Andre Jackson Jr. team option, and I hope they keep him and he probably will work out more this season. Chris Livingston team option too. He's showing some improvements, so we'll see. Okay, Minnesota. Nikolai Walker, Luca Garza, team option. They didn't even use him that much. Nas Reed, which I think they're going to keep him. He might stay with player option. Julius Randle, player option too, but I think Minnesota wants to get away from that. Joe Ingles, free agent, he might resign with them. Bowles Highland, maybe stay with them. We'll see. Okay, the Pelicans, Bruce Brown's free agent, Effer Payton. Although they got him in the late off season. Jamire Robinson Earl. But you got Brandon Boston, Jamal Kane, and Keon Brooks. With Brandon with team and Keon and Jamal restricted. So it could be a possibility, they might let them go. As for the Knicks, PJ Tucker might stay, although he hasn't played none since he was with the Knicks. Deron Wright, they may let him go. Cameron Payne, I think they're gonna keep him because you saw, they re-signed him this past season. Precious Achua, I think they will re-sign him. Majah Beauchamp, most likely they probably would let him go. As for the restricted Antoine Kevin, they may keep him, but it's probably gonna be like a low price. Okay, the Thunder. Not anybody big, but Jalen Williams. It's probably be the only one they probably be worried about, but that's the team option, so most likely they will keep that. Other players, they can do whatever they want. Orlando, Gary Harris, team option. Caleb Houston, team option. Corey Joseph, team option. Marcus Wagner, team option. So Corey Joseph, Gary Harris, and Mochans Wagner, they'll probably will keep. Although they didn't use Matt McClung, but he's restricted. But they just need to use him more. That's just my opinion. Okay, 76ers. Kyle Lowry, free agent. He might be done. Andre Drummond, player option. So he might gonna stay with them. Justin Edwards, team option. Eric Gore, player option. He'll probably will stay. Quentin Grimes, restricted. So they will keep him. Kelly Oubre Jr., player option. He'll probably will stay. Lonnie Walker the fourth, team option. So I think they're gonna keep him. Gerson Yabusele, they'll probably keep him. Jeff Downton Jr., Downton Jr., sorry, restricted, so they might end up keeping him, or they might just let him go. Jalen Hood Sapino, they probably will keep him. Okay, Phoenix. One of the players that the Bucks should go for, Bobo. Why not? Okay, Tyrus Jones, they do need like a point guard, which was one of their issues. Last season having freaking Bradley Beal B point, and it just didn't work out. So Damian Lee, they might keep. Vijay Minnick, team option, they might keep him. Monte Morris, I think they will keep. Mason Plumlee, well, it's like 50-50 on that. Colin Grips and Jalen Bridges, restricted, and Ty Washington Jr., former Buck, they might just end up letting them go because they really didn't use them that much. And yeah, in 2026, they got a lot to worry about. They got Bradley Beal, team option, and Kevin Durant will be a free agent. Nick Richards will be a free agent, and Cody Martin. Okay, Portland. Matisse Triboulet, they might end up keeping him, but player option, he might stay. Jabari Walker, they might keep him. The rest of them, who knows what's going to happen. They might either let him go or just keep him. Sacramento Kings, they're going to let Jay Crowder go. Keon Ellis, they're going to keep. Markel Folks, I don't know, maybe. Isaac Jones, maybe. Jake Navaria, maybe. Trey Lyles, they'll keep him. Doug McDermott, may end up calling a career. But Mason Jones, Isaiah Crawford is restricted. I don't know what they're going to do. Okay, Spurs. Charles Baisley, don't know. Bismack Biyombo, I'm surprised that he was on there, but I didn't hear nothing about him playing much. So, free agent, Sandro Manowitzki, sorry, I can never pronounce his name ever since he's been in the Bucks. I can never pronounce his name. So, a team will go after him. They really will. After he played great the second half of the season, a team will probably go after him, and Bucks should have never let him go. But what more can you do? Chris Paul, he's gonna play like one more year Either Spurs keep him or he'll probably go somewhere else. Um, David do Harrison Ingram and Riley Minix. We who knows what they're gonna do with him. But anyways, okay, Toronto Raptors. Okay, they ain't got much to worry about. Chris Boucher and Garrett Temple. They might end up keeping them both. So probably them two I don't see going anywhere. Utah, John Collins. Okay, player options. So they might have some issues with that. We got Porter, Oscar Trushebi, restricted, but they can do whatever they want with them. And the Wizards. Malcolm Brogdon, free agent. I know he's been like hurt for like most of the season, so um, they may keep him or leave him. Who knows? But I think he's from DC anyway, so his own town, so he might end up staying. Chris Middleton, of course he's gonna keep his player option because nobody ain't gonna pay him. So most likely he's gonna get his player option. Tristan Vuger gets restricted and TG Thor restricted, so they might end up staying. So that's it for that. And Wizards will be a different team. They might be the team that may be involved in the play-in next season. Maybe not playoffs, but then again, they can be a shocker and shock everybody. But Wizards will be a different team, and they probably gonna end up being some teams that you're gonna be unexpectedly be like, what? So yeah, watch out for the Wizards. So it ain't because I'm saying they got Chris Middleton, but they got like a decent lineup, especially with Alex Czar maybe improving. Jordan Poole, they got him for a while, so he's probably not gonna go anywhere. Um, okay, that sucks. Phone's still messing up. So and plus they got a good draft this year, so they probably end up being like in the top three. It'd be cool, they get the number one pick. There, wait, let me see. Atlanta had the number one pick, and Washington had the number two pick. So yeah, so wouldn't be surprised Washington end up getting the number one pick. I think it's about time for them, and they probably do need it. So that's just me, and I think like I said, they're gonna be a different team this coming season. So it's like one of those teams you're gonna have to watch out for. Toronto as well. Utah maybe. Portland, you probably gotta watch out for them. So there are gonna be some surprising teams in this upcoming season. So it's like one of those wait and see. So we'll see. If Bucks get like at least like some maybe few of these players, they may be set. But that's just me. Enough Bucks talk, and let's talk about where is it? They might updated it. So let's see. Okay, let's see if they actually updated that. Okay. Thunderbolts rose to 162 million global open. So okay, it's not really the official number, but I think the 86.1 million for the wait a minute. Oh, that's 86.1 million from international box. Worldwide, they say it was about like 73 million, I believe. Although it looked like a slow start for Thunderbolts for the Thursday and Friday, but the weekend, it probably really really picked up. Um, of course, they said Minecraft is like nears like 900 million worldwide, and I'm just surprised at that because I don't like Minecraft, and I don't know why some people get into it, but that's their thing. And it was Mother said Minecraft was the most surprising movie that did good. And you're thinking it wasn't. Sinners, another good movie. I didn't see it yet, but I'd say if you're interested in like vampires, that would be your movie, and like it's doing good so far. So let me look at Deadline and see if they finally updated the final numbers of this. So it might just be a moment, and it looked like it's kind of froze. Okay. me say they finally updated. Okay, so I think they did. So let's go to it and let's see if they finally did update it. So let's look at the date. No, they didn't update it. But yeah, it seems like most likely so mainly okay, it made 76 million in the United States, which is not that bad of an opening for like 76 million, but it done almost 90 million worldwide. So that's they got that total of 162.1 million. So probably sometime tomorrow they probably will have the official numbers. Since I thought they probably refresh and update it, which they didn't. This is like projected numbers, but you never know. Some people might come in the last minute and decide buy a ticket and watch it. So yeah, and plus I'm going to do my full review on the Thunderbolts tomorrow, and let's just say it is a movie that is worth seeing again. So I'm probably gonna set something up. Probably not this coming weekend. Well, this coming week, but next week, maybe on Tuesday, I will actually go see it again. So I had to wait and see. Um, but like I said, yeah, that's good. And there's a little bit of surprises that oh crap. Okay, I apologize about that. Just let me just get out of the deadline. But I think y'all like get the idea that you know, it's doing good. And right now they saying, from the news I was watching, yeah, the total was 76 million in the United States. Um, but they're saying it's the number one movie right now. It could be a number one movie in America, but maybe Minecraft's still up there in the top three, and Sinners is up there in the top three. So if Thunderbolts was like number one movie worldwide, then that's good for Marvel, and we will see from there. So, anyways, before we go on, we're gonna before we end the show, we're gonna talk about. But then again, for you guys that's just watching this is part two. So, kind of like cut on me for a second, then now I have to switch. Doing this part two. So, anyways, let's start with like I said, we're gonna look at downtown. So that's probably our main focus. Like anywhere else, anywhere else develops, we will talk about it. Whatever, whatever. Let's see. Propose. Of course, this Iron District with the hotel and the stadium. We still don't have no news for it, but they saying it may start construction this summer, and that's gonna be kind of weird because they still got they're supposed to be starting the league and under the major soccer league under their development league, the USL. They're supposed to start their season next season, but probably how it's going to be, they're going to have beginning of the season most of their games on the road, which I can understand that. But yeah, they really got to do something about this summer. They really do if they want to do, or it's going to be another delay and more excuses going to happen. Blah blah blah. Moxie Hotel, of course, that's proposed. That's going to be nearby. The Pfizer Farm, and plus the new venue that's being made right now. Um, of course, this is probably going to be accepted. So if it does, they might end up starting with that right after they get finished with the venue, which will probably be sometime this fall. So it might even start late this year or early next year for them to start constructing, which I can see that happening. Gary P. Garner Memorial Plaza. I'm sorry, this is new for me. So okay, half block of West Highland and Avenue between the Milwaukee River and North King Drive. Oh, okay. It's that little plaza that they're gonna end up creating right there. So yeah, that's gonna be like between the Buckhead Saloon, Red, White, and Blue place. But then again, there's another like bar like next to it. Then you have the other bar that's next to it. So kind of across from the the 2K venue this is kind of like nightclub eatery as well. So like across the street from that. Anyways, it'll be a block away from the Pfizer Forum. So yeah, I do remember that proposal. Okay, they still talking about this, but I don't. I think we'll see. Oh, so that whole project going to cost 700 million for them. Put like an apartment tower, a hotel, and an office building, retail space, and additional apartments. That's we the current plan for that area. If y'all know about that, that's the the Market Center parking garage. And then right next to it, you got the Marcus Art Performing Arts Center next to it. So it's like, we'll see. The Mass Timber office buildings. So that's proposed. That's gonna be 834 North Plankinton. Hmm. I probably got to relook at that. And then I was at that area today, and it'll be a familiar name. 770 North. Of course, that's that building that used to be MMI Bank. And that right next to it is the bank I'm under, BMO. So I do see potential. It could be office and apartments, and maybe they'll do a hotel. But I think they'll do great if they do a hotel there. But that's just my opinion. I don't think we need all these apartments and stuff downtown. We just need like more hotels. Um, if they want to build more like apartments and stuff like that, just do it beyond downtown. But yeah, that's just me. Andre housing conversation. Oh yeah, they're gonna start doing that. Cause my old bank Wells Fargo is in there and they gotta leave in June, so probably sometime either June or July they might start construction. They're not gonna do anything on the outside of it, but just mainly the inside of it. Like end up making mainly apartments up to like 380 apartments. So they say it's supposed to be complete next year in June. So next summer we'll see. The patient block. Oh, okay, that's where Johnson Controls used to be. So what they said they was gonna do with that? Oh, it'd be market for office users. With remaining space to be converted to apartments. So no, fair enough. Um, we'll see about that. And Lakefront Gateway Plaza, which they was talking about for years, and they still, didn't get that off the ground yet. But the culture is like right there, like across from it, and we'll see, what they can do. Cause they do got a little bit of area left that they can do something with it if they want to. It's like a wait and see. And plus, they trying to, maybe tear down the aisle 794 here, but not like tear it down, but like at least shrink it. But they are going to tear like maybe one side down and try to develop more stuff for the others. So that's all the proposed. So let's go to what's under construction right now. Of course, the Milwaukee Public Museum, and okay, they won't be done until January 2027. Well, we heard about it's going to be done in 2027. So January 2027. Okay, so not that long. Uh, yeah, that's the venue we talking about, the FPC live performance venue in the hotel. Well, of course, the hotel is gonna be like right there, like next to it. That's the Moxley hotel. That's gonna be next to it. But yeah, they are currently doing the venue. So okay, they said the completion would be December 2025, but they jumping the guns and saying it's gonna be done, a little bit earlier than that. So yeah, it was gonna be I think it was going to be like supposed to cost 50 million, and they were supposed to put two venues there, but they decided, it was with the increasing cost, construction and stuff like that. and they wanted downsize it, but they kind of like not downsized it. They just got rid of the one and just like kind of added more seats. But I think it could, yeah, it fit up to about 4,500 people venue. So maybe they have maybe TNA will be there, or well, they are going to have some wrestling there. So probably TNA, or maybe they'll do like a special for like Ring of Honor, maybe a PLE or something like that. Or AEW may decide, what, we can't do the Panther Arena, so we're not selling out or anything like that. So maybe we'll just do that. So yeah, for 4,500 person venue, so that would be huge, especially like if you're trying to get a lot of people like sitting there. So that could be something. But yeah, that is under construction. But they told us that it was supposed to be done in the fall. But seeing here, it could be December. But things can change. Okay, yeah, that is being constructed, and it's gonna be okay. Yeah, it's gonna be done by September. So it looks like it's almost done. So yeah, September 2025. It kind of makes sense. But they could be done in August. But they can see like how it is, and people they gotta have their people like approve it and stuff like that. So yeah, being done in September this year, yeah, it makes sense. Like I said, we did not have a clue. This was still under construction, and they said it's supposed to be done up end of last year. So they still saying it's being constructed. So we don't know what's going on. Oh, it's supposed to be like okay, converted to over 130 apartments. And the restaurant that was there called Rock Bottom, I never got the chance to go there, but that's that building, and I guess they turned it into apartments. So I don't know what they're gonna do with the downstairs floor where it used to be the Rock Bottom, but I guess I want to wait and see. I think we clicked that one on. Yep, we did click that one already. Adams Hotel. Um, they claimed it under discretion, but I did not look at that area and see what's going on. But then again, all that is building like around I think this one. Yeah, the Northwestern Mutual Development. So it's like all in that area, and we already know that's gonna be done the end of 2027. And yeah, it's like they trying to bring like more employees in. Okay, so let's see. Redeveloping the downtown Milwaukee campus with nearly 2,000 employees, eventually relocating there from the company and the Franklin operation. So yeah, they're gonna close that one down. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that old building. Maybe somebody will do something with it. Who knows? But yeah, it's like they're just trying to have more people just come like to one location. So Northwestern Mutual, it was made here and stuff like that. And one of the big Milwaukee supporters. So that's pretty good. Okay, before that, I forgot to go to approve stuff that was approved already, so I apologize about that. The Wyndham Hotel downtown Milwaukee, the one that's in 419 West Philly. Okay, that's gonna cost $4 million, and we don't know what's going on with that. So let's see. Uh, Three-story former warehouse will be renovated into a boutique hotel with around 50 rooms, which is probably won't be that big of a thing. The improvements will include adding a fourth floor. Okay, so we don't know when they're gonna start that one, but yeah, I think that area is like right now just looking like nothing has been done. But I guess they claim they're gonna renovate it. We'll look wait and see. Of course, got approved the Deers District Apartments MATC athletic facility. Okay, that's gonna be done in March 2027. So, and they claim they're gonna start constructing that this fall. So yeah, I can see them maybe taking 18 to 24 months with it. So it's mainly gonna be athletic facility for the MATC teams. If y'all know what MATC is, it's Milwaukee Area Technical College. So they're gonna be putting that from to have more of the athletes like practicing that. And I think it was last year or the year before the men's basketball team won the championship. So it was either last year or the year before they won it. So congratulations to them. Um, I think it also will be well, there's a 7 stories, 269 unit building. Like I said, the training facility. It will have a public plaza, and I think it will be, like I said, Deer District apartments. There'll be apartments there too, but I think they said it was going to be like over 300 apartments, I believe. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, close to that. 269 apartments. So yeah, it was close to that. So by the way they're building it and saying how big it's going to be, so why not? Why not? And I think around 2027, like end of 2027, I think everything in the Deer District will be complete. Although it is supposed to be completed maybe like a few years, like a year or two sooner. But then again, you had COVID, so what more can you do? Then you have like other places like there used to be I think it was what the social used to be there. Now they got new fashion over there. That was like having its problems, but the new fashion right now is doing great. They added in that area like Fat Tuesday, with a limited, not a limited, but a lot of margaritas. That's what they're like known for. You got Good City Brewery, but it's got to take over by new owners. So that's I don't know. I think they're going to keep that one, but they're going to change the name of the other one on the east side. So the one in downtown is still going to keep its name and probably going to still stay there. Although their food is kind of a little bit out of price and like past the price range of anybody and serve you like not that much stuff. Did I click over here? Oh, the Edison. Of course, that's being approved, and I think they're going to start construction on that this fall, or it could be early next year. But I think how long the building is going to be, they're probably going to end up starting it this summer. Uh, Tempo by the Hilton Hotel, of course, that got approved, but I guess they trying to wait on getting the funds of it. Um, 161 room, 8-story hotel, and I think they went down a story, and I think it's went down to 7. So it was like new updates on that on like Urban Milwaukee. You can look up that story on urbanmilwaukee.com. They'll talk about more about it, but I guess it's all waiting now is like the construction because right now they use that little area right here for parking. And also, the land that is on right now, it was the House of Republicans. They had at one point before, the Journal Sentinel ended up, building there, did what they did. And now, you got this empty land, and the Journal Sentinel is no longer here. Their location is in Chicago, so yeah, kind of a bummer. But yeah, I think sometime this fall or maybe next spring they probably will start this. But they do need something new to have a competition with because the Hyatt Regency is right across the street from it. So maybe some competition for that. And like I said, like downtown, we need more hotels than anything. Let's see, 50s at Park East. That's been approved. Sorry. Plans call for like 15 3-story townhomes. So it'd be cool to live in a townhouse. It'll be something. I would want that. Everner expansion. Okay. That area is going to have expansion. So the new owner of the Everner development plans to build 2 additional phases was next to it, which will turn around, total around 145 apartments. Okay, fair enough. If y'all not familiar with that, that's kind of like very close to let's see, Jefferson. That is a little bit on the it's in the Park East area, but I think it's mainly like I know like Pick and Save is like close by there, so but y'all kind of seeing this map is in that area. The Caroline, okay, that got approved. So another 32-story building. Yeah, Oh wow, costs 150 million. So 315 to 350 market rate and affordable apartments. Okay. Company plans to call for a swimming pool, fitness center, and other amenities typical around for upscale high rise. Well, I'm glad they start coming up with like affordable apartments or affordable places. So this is kind of what they needed. 1333 North Milwaukee. Okay. Kind of like the same thing as the last thing, but just gonna be a 197 unit apartment building. So also it'll add like retail space and of course outdoor pool, space for a lot of space and a fitness center. Okay, so okay, I did went to that. Okay, I went to these already. Yeah, I did. Okay, so and I think I went down. Yeah, I did went down these four. So just these two left. Okay, Manhattan Center Apartments, 790 North Van Buren. That's like on Van Buren in Wisconsin, but don't know what's going on with that, but not bad for like 7 million because all they can do is focus on the inside of it. Okay, so it'd be 22 2 to 3 bedroom apartments. Like I said, they need more hotels than apartments. That's just my opinion. Okay, Usement Club redevelopment. That's all the plans with the Northwestern Mutual. So that's actually going on. So I don't know why they didn't update this, but they actually are building that. And of course, you can go to construction complete. So I think there's a few things they made to add that was already that's complete. Of course, with the Trade Hotel, okay, we know that was done 2 years ago. Journal Square, and of course, that was done. Yeah. The Bear Center, of course, May of last year. Of course, if y'all look at the Arthur Smith page, I do got a pictures of the inside of it when they was letting people like come in and look at it when it was done. And plus, see, I was there for the MMA 414, the convention MMA center. Pretty good, but MMA 414, they said they're gonna do it bigger, so we'll see what they add. So they got a lot more to add. So they said like that was not their like normal size what they do, but it was like a test run just to see how a lot of people will come and respond. And plus, it's in August. It's a perfect weekend. So yeah, um, yeah, the Phillips Plaza. It's I would say parts of what they need to do in that area is done, but they got that coffee shop that's still they still didn't do the inside of it. Of course, if they end up having the hop, they got like the tracks there, but they like brick underneath. They're underneath and then like replaced with like bricks. So if they end up starting the extension with the from downtown all the way up to the Browns. I think it was a Brownstone area. Area up to North Avenue. So yeah, I know that was one of them that they was talking about. So we did talk about those three, and we talked about that one, and Milwaukee too. Of course, that was done a few years ago. Still there, and Milwaukee too. They decided put their office out of I think they were somewhere like in Waukesha County. So they decided what, leave from the suburban and have people work downtown since everything is trying to be approved in downtown. So it's like one of those things, it'll take a while. Of course, the Pfizer Incorporated headquarters, yeah, that was done a little bit over last year. In the Hubs 640, which is apartments as well. It used to be Boston Store, but now you got if I can click right here. Oh, okay. I thought they would have it here because Kohl's is like on the other side of it too. So they opened the Kohl's there last year as well, and everybody's liking that. They have a Kohl's or something like that down here. Not just like but TJ Maxx is there as well, but has something like a Target and something like that. Yeah, and I know the Walgreens is still over there and still doing good, but I guess they want something else besides having a typical store like Walgreens or something like that. So that's one plan. And I did do Target, like saying like they could have maybe do something in that building, but Cole's got it a little bit too late. But you know what? That's fine. Of course, the Avenue that's inside. That was done 2 years ago. Yeah, a couple of local baseball athletes like Ryan Braun and I think Kristen Yellers was another one that invested in this, and it's been pretty good. You have your eateries. They have like a couple of places you can host like a venue, like a party or something like that. They got two of them in there. Um, like I said, they still got like Walgreens in there. Also, they have yeah, the radio station. I think there's two radio stations in there. You got ESPN Milwaukee, and you also have the Truth. That's another radio station. They talk about like stuff that's going around, and plus, they have a little college in there too, so which is kind of crazy. Graph USA is like another I don't know what you call it. I don't know what type of company it is, and I still don't know to this day, which is kind of weird. And of course, the eateries and stuff like a lot of restaurants in there, so some pretty good foods. And no, I didn't try everything yet, but there's some like good places there. Um, let's see what else is in there. They do got a play area for the kids. They got a couple of games for like adults to play, and of course you can play Nintendo Switch on a couple of TVs too for keep the kids like entertained and stuff like that. Even adults, because there's still adults like myself are like still in the gaming. Yeah, now next to it, yeah, the Plankinton Apartments. That was done. Before the Market Street Hall was done. Yeah, like 47 apartments, and I think there's more stuff like upstairs too. Yeah, let's see, on the third and fifth floors of the Plankin Arcade. Yeah, housing. So I kind of figured that. Also, on the fourth floor, same thing. So yeah, a lot of apartments. Although it doesn't look like it, but it's like you didn't go upstairs and stuff like that to look. So yeah. Oh yeah, the renovation. Of course, that was done. Actually, it was done a little bit later, a little bit earlier than that one. I think it was done like the summer of 2023. I don't know why they got December, but it was done earlier than that. And they had like a couple of exhibits there. You had like the rainbow exhibit that was there last year. Then the year before, you have the bubble exhibit. So it was done like in the early spring. I don't know why they said completion date was in December, but which was done like spring of 2023. So I don't know about that one. Central Standard Craft District. It's kind of like a restaurant, event space, tasting room, and a visitor center. So they got outdoor stuff on the rooftop. So yeah, they got space for that in case anybody wanted have like a party or something. So oh okay, event space and a lot of office space for future attendants. Maybe somebody wanted like an office there, they can probably can do that. So yeah, I haven't like seen it yet, but interesting. And of course, the 32 room hotel, and plus added a penthouse level. So 32 room hotel, yeah, that was done. Yep, March 2022. So it makes sense. The Ken Milwaukee Guest House. They got another place in Bayview, but it's like a little bit smaller. Like they got like an eatery like downstairs, and I don't know. They got upstairs. I don't know. It was like a venue place that you can like host events. Because we did used to do some shows over there until the latest owner before it got changed over to that was, let's just say he just treated us like dirty afterwards. Paper plate. That's kind of like the same thing with the Third Market Street Hall with like 14, 18 individual restaurants. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just like all in one. So they do. Oh, they'll be doing more carry out and delivery. So yeah, still haven't tried it yet. We did look at that one. Milwaukee Athletic Club redevelopment. Yep. Yep, that was done. So they had some like stuff going on. And okay, they got guest rooms up to 54 luxury apartments. So interesting. Streetcar Flats. I always make a joke about this because this is named after the hop. And I think Bucks player Pat Connaughton had something to do with that too. So I think it was his company that financed and did all that. So at least we got some athletes that play for our local teams, stepping up and doing something. I still haven't seen this yet. The MSOE, or just Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders softball stadium. Um, I still didn't get a chance to look at it from the last time I've been there, so it's been a while. So hopefully I have opportunity, check it out in the summer since there's gonna be stuff going on around there. So we'll see. Nova Apartments. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know where that's at. That's nearby Metro Market. Then Pick and Save is like a block or two north of it. So yeah, I know that area. So yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, like they was letting people move in. In early like mid 2023. Then they still had to have this area like done, but they was like letting everybody move in and stuff like that. But I think yeah, in August of 2023, yeah, I think that area was officially done. But I don't have no idea what this area is going to be yet. It could be maybe a restaurant or maybe a retail store. We know there's right now there's nothing there yet, but it could be. Of course, this one's supposed to be the tallest building in the state. Made out of timber. So okay, right now it's the tallest building in the world. So there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna replace that. So cost 80 million, of course. And last but not least, this bad boy that's been done July last year, the Culture. Of course, this was planned for like decades, and 2021, they finally, got the approval of it and started, construction. I think it was like in late 2021 or early 2022 they started construction, but yeah, it costs a lot. They still got like empty restaurant and they're supposed to be, let's see, for restaurant and retail place. The transit consort, like with the hop, and we got the Connect One, stopping underneath there. And plus, it's very like close, like across the street from Discovery World, the Art Museum, and Summerfest. Well, the Summerfest grounds. So, all that is like very close. It's easier for people, and especially when they do their special with the hop, they go to like all the hop stops during, Summerfest weekends. And we tried it last year with that same situation because they did build the hop downtown area. I think it opened yeah, I think a month later than that. Like in wait a minute, that can't be. Oh yeah, because they started move let it go up there in 2023. Then they let people like fully stop there early summer because we did roll that last year and they were still going on. But I think the building wasn't fully complete until a month later. So there's like they supposed to have like something for the like bottom for like restaurant and retail space, and there's nothing. Nobody didn't took that over yet. So yeah, that's what's going on with downtown and all that stuff. So I still gotta do the video with the update for the venue that they're constructing. Let's see, let me go to it. Yeah, the FPC live performance venue. So yeah, there's like update video on that on the if you go to the deerdistrict.com, they give you a link and then you can check out construction going on as we speak. Although ain't nothing going on right now until tomorrow, or might as well say later on today because it is after midnight. Um, but yeah, like I said, sorry guys, I talking up a storm, and it wasn't supposed to be playing that way. But when you have a lot of stuff to talk about, you can just talk about it. Anyways, thank you guys that's watching on WFSL 2 for on excuse me, Twitch. With the technical difficulties with the with this phone and still having problems with it. Unbelievable. Like I said, it's gonna be time for a new phone. But anyways, please, subscribe to either WFSO, not subscribe, but like follow us on either WFSO or WFSO2. We try to do, live content almost every day. Get a chance, check it out. And plus, spread the word about this channel. Please let people know. And after you guys on YouTube, part one will probably be put on there as soon as you're done because it's probably already completed Logan, but then you got to put part two. So crazy things, happens on a crazy day. So, anyways, thanks for the like, you guys that's watching live, and thank you for, comment below. They was talking a little bit on here in the beginning of the show, but comment below on the 4 topics we talk about, and we do have like other videos that talk about all these 4 topics. Program note, WFSO top 10 will be on tomorrow. It'll be 2 p.m. Central, so you get a chance to check it out. Top 10 photos of wrestlers I met in 2024. So check that out. Like I said, WFSO exclusives will be on July 3rd, so July 4th weekend. At least you can get to enjoy some wrestling in the evening, like right after Impact. There you go. You get more wrestling to watch. I do have a surprise for y'all guys for something that's gonna be involved with WFSO exclusive, but I'm not gonna say anything until maybe later next month. That will make the announcement of something special, but we'll talk about it then. And like I said, After Dark will be delayed. Won't be back on until August. So watch out for that. But over 2,600 videos and counting. So you guys, get to check out those videos. You may be into wrestling, maybe into Milwaukee Bucks or Milwaukee development, like I'm showing here, and also talk about comic movies and TV news. So interested in that, you'll be interested in this channel. So please, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year because we got big plans for 2026, and hopefully, get more, people participation. End up doing, giveaways and stuff like that. So, watch out for that. Also check out the website wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com. I know I got an update on that, so I'm going to do that as well. Videos like this. Also, you got wrestling talk. And speaking of wrestling talk, we will be starting, doing that again in June. So it's going to be one of those things I'm going to end up doing like every other month. So if you're like a wrestler, referee, or commentator or anything like that, got something to do with the wrestling business, we are interested. So we want to interview you. So you want to be on the show, get a hold of me. You can get a hold of me on YouTube, or get a hold of this channel. And you also can look for my Arthur Smith page. And I will be posting on certain groups this week, just for, start up with, interview some new people and stuff like that. So, stay tuned. And as for, the website, like I said, we got that. Got the Milwaukee Development page, Real Milwaukee Bucks fan page. Of course, our videos, photos that we took with wrestlers, photos we took with some Bucks players and some events. And like I said, the merchandise page is still getting worked on. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully sometime this summer it'll be done. So I am gonna, check on all that. of course, upcoming events in the Midwest, you can check that out. And plus, meet and greets and stuff that can meet around, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, and Minnesota. So you get a chance, check that out. Thanks to our sponsors, Mike and Robin Thompson, and also Midwest Wrestling Collectibles. If you trying to look for like some wrestling merchandise, like with DVDs and action figures, you can like look for them. Just look for Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook, and should be good. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Until the next video, you guys have a good one, and see you later. Oh, not a poll. Oh, okay, I did the wrong thing. Sorry. I probably would do that from now on. Wait a minute. Did you go to a Minneapolis event a couple of days ago? Nope. I know there was like some events that was going there, but I didn't go there. Probably the next time I end up going to Minnesota, will probably be either the because I know they got a comic convention that I wanted to go. Yeah, I live in Milwaukee. And I think a comic convention that they have in Minnesota that I wanted to go last year, but didn't have the funds for it. Hey, that's a possibility. I think it was like a few months ago I was at a Pick and Save, so that's a possibility. Yeah, I could have been there. Could have caught me there. But guys, we'll have some more videos up tomorrow. Update with, like I said, with the venue. Like I said, WFSO Top 10 will be on tomorrow. Hey, good night to you too. But if there's like any news or stuff like that, wrestling news or any Bucks news, or either comic book, movies, and TV news or development news, we will talk about that as soon as we get the news right away. So, like I said, once again, thank you guys for watching. Until the next video, you guys have a good night. And if you're watching there today, have a good day, and see you later.